What's the integration of sine x? Minus cos x. Acha. What about this thing? You have a function encapsulated by a power and the exact differential as a product. Cos की differentiation is minus sine. ठीक है? You have minus sine in the product. So what do? Add 1 to the power, divide by the new power. ये प्लस कैसे हो गया? You need the exact differential. Cos x का exact differential is minus sin x. So this part is basically utilized. If your negative is basically utilized, you left with a positive sign over there.
तो ये नहीं समझ आया.
Which part? This thing?
Sin x eliminate कैसे होगा?
Sin x?
Eliminate कैसे हो गया?
देखो, you've done this before. It's product form 2. If you have a function encapsulated by a power and you have the exact differential as a product or a scalar multiple of the differential as a product, the integration of this thing is n plus 1. अच्छा, another way of looking at it, अगर आपको plus minus problem कर रहा है, what you can do is let the minus be there. And you know cos x का exact differential is minus sine and you have a sine. ठीक है? So you introduce a minus here and a minus here as well. You introduce two minuses just to get the exact form and this minus minus becomes a plus, if that helps you understand. So
पहले आपने cos x लिखा था ना, तभी इस confusion.
कहाँ
पहले आपने cos x plus cos x
minus cos x
plus
तो सर sin x को
sin x को इंटीग्रेट करेंगे तो minus cos x ही आएगा.
minus cos x.
Are you now comfortable with the sign switching here? Which part?
the second step.
I had to integrate a sine cube. Okay, I pulled out a sin x, so I'm left with the sin square x. Sin square x I can replace with the 1 minus cos square x and multiply it. So basically, I'm left with sin x minus sin x cos square x. Okay, if I do this separately, you're left with sin x minus sin x into cos square x. This is what you left with. You need to integrate this thing. Sin x integration क्या है? Minus cos x. The minus comes as it is. If you look at this thing, cos square x can be written as cos x whole power 2. This can only be done in trigonometric functions. You have product form 2 here. In this, to integrate this thing, we'll have to use product form 2. You have a function encapsulated by a power, और उसका differential is in the product. So cos x का differential is minus sine. ठीक है? So you have a sine. So you introduce two minuses here, because a minus and a minus is a plus. ठीक है? So this part will be used in the integration. Add 1 to the power, divide by the new power, and this still carries, and this minus minus becomes a plus. Plus, and the plus c because it's indefinite integrals. Do you get this? You're dead mostly. Which part? So I don't think it's that hard.
sin x मल्टीप्लाई बाय ब्रैकेट 1 माइनस cos square x.
हाँ.
तो ये चेंज होके बीच में माइनस साइन कैसे आ रही है, सेपरेट कैसे होगा?
अरे बाबा, sin x into sin square x is sin cube x. Sin square x को मैंने 1 minus cos square x से किया
हाँ।
and I multiplied the brackets.
UV वाला
नहीं
It's
इसमें
simple
multiplication.
multiplication.
You just didn't show us that and that's why it's
x into 1 minus x क्या होता है?
x
x minus x square. वही तो किया मैंने यहाँ पर.
sin x
Into sin x cos square x.
सर एक तो आपने स्टेप मिस कर दिया उसके
स्टेप कर लेते हैं, हम सब भूल गए हैं।
सर एक स्टेप कर लिया उसमें आपने प्लस माइनस के बीच में 3 जगह डाला है
अच्छा
तीन दबा सकते
एक काम करो.
प्लस प्लस
आपसे कर लें।
fucking
अच्छा just hear me out. sin x sin square x यहाँ तक सही है? ठीक है. I'm just using an identity and I'm changing this to 1 minus cos square x. अब मैं multiply करूँगा. ठीक है. You have sin x minus sin x into cos square x.
Yes. Cos x.
ठीक है. I have to integrate this thing. Sin की integration is minus cos x. The minus carries as it is.
सही
ठीक है. अब इसको इंटीग्रेट करना है. What do I do?
Cos
It's product from
Minus.
two.
तो माइनस
minus sin.
बाहर भी आ जाएगा
देखो, it's I can write cos square x or
Cos x का whole.
cos x the whole square.
सो ये UV से नहीं होगा
UV को use करेंगे. By parts to use when you have two dissimilar functions. ये भी trigonometric है, ये भी trigonometric है. U किसको लोगे, V किसको लोगे? That's the problem. ठीक है? That's only when you have dissimilar functions. Let's say an algebraic and a trigonometric, logarithmic function या algebraic function. Different nature के होंगे.
सिमिलर होंगे तो नहीं करेंगे
Similar होंगे तो we have other techniques to do that. So this is product from two. I this integration 2 में किया है. You have a function encapsulated by a power, and you have the exact differential next to it. Cos x का exact differential is
माइनस है
minus. So I don't see a minus here. So I'll introduce a minus here and a minus here, just to get the exact form.
तो नीचे प्लस
To keep the equation
ठीक है. So this minus will carry forward, and this will integrate as the minus and the minus becomes a plus. नहीं, ये वाला माइनस तो उस फॉर्म में यूज हो गया ना. You made use of the exact differential. Exact differential था ना उसका. क्योंकि I just cannot introduce a minus on my own. To cancel that minus, I introduce two minuses. I hope you should be fine by now. Like, you should be. Fine. Let's try part B. Can I rub this off? I don't think so. You'll have the mock side. The mock start over there.
मैं सीधा फेंक दे
Huh?
सीधा फेंक दे
please also
सर मॉक्स का सिलेबस कब है वो टाइम टेबल कब है
Yeah, I think in a day or two. Order taking is study break. Right? Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday से mock start. अच्छा, can I move on? Okay. The same procedure applies to a cos as well. If it's a cos with an odd power, the same procedure applies. You separate out a cos x, ठीक है? And you left with a cos square x inside. You replace the cos square x with the 1 minus sine square x. And you multiply now.
cos x का sin x
ठीक है? What's the integral of cos? sin x
minus
और sin का exact differential is cos x. So you don't need to change a sign or do any of that thing. You can directly do this. Sin का exact differential is cos. Product form 2. Differentiate का sign बताओ. Sin to differentiate is cos आएगा. Cos को integrate करके sin आएगा. You either remember the differentiations or remember the integration, and the other ones are the opposite of that. ये जो second वाला cos है, ये वाला, that's product form 2 is not. Just go look up integration 2.
Sir, we will integrate.
Yeah. You remember doing this, right? You have a function encapsulated by a power, and you have the differential as a product. The integration is add 1 to the function's power, divide by the new power. Acha. Let's try part C. What do we do with this? It's a sine.
Sine squared and you sine squared.
You देखो the procedure remains the same. You separate a sin x and you left with a sin 4x. ठीक है? What next?
Sin 2x.
Sin 2 sin 2.
So sin square x cos square x. Sin square x.
Sin square x whole square.
Sin square x whole square.
Everything is done.
Now make the replacement.
1 minus sin 4x.
1 minus
Cos
cos
4x.
square x whole square.
सर लग रहा है जोड़ी निकाल रहे हैं आंसर.
क्या निकालना है?
जोड़ी आंसर निकाल रहे हैं. निकाल नहीं रहा.
नहीं, we just-
निकाल रहे हैं.
We're just converting it into a form we can integrate with the given knowledge.
सर बहुत अच्छा
अब क्या करेंगे सर?
अब expand.
अब वो करेंगे ना,
sin 4x से डायरेक्टली 1 minus cos 4x से रिप्लेस नहीं कर सकते.
इसको expand करेंगे.
दोनों साइडों को स्क्वायर करें
अच्छा. कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ता.
तो पहले ही कोई था तो क्यों फर्क पड़ा फिर?
Now I have a particular form now. You'll see. Now if I expand this thing, I have sin x minus 2 sin x cos x the whole square plus sin x into cos x to the power 4. सही है? Why do I need substitution? देखो ये तो बहुत easily integrate हो जाएगा as minus cos x. ठीक है? What about this part? I have product form 2. ठीक है? cos x का exact differential क्या होता है? Minus sin. ठीक है? तो I'll rearrange it a little. If I made a small change here, ये minus भी यहाँ अंदर absorb कर दो and a plus 2. I don't have to make a lot of changes then. ठीक है? I have the exact differential next to it. देखो
प्लस 2 किस तरह से आ रहा है?
वो अगले स्टेप में करना सकता है
फिर आप स्टेप स्किप कर देते हैं.
सर आप ये बाय स्टेप करें.
अच्छा ठीक है.
जो समझ नहीं आता.
अच्छा. Can I एक काम ये करते हैं. I'm just moving the sign around. ठीक है? For my own convenience ताकि मुझे multiple signs introduce ना करने पड़े. The sin x तो ठीक है as it is रहने दो. अभी I'm not integrating. I'm just rearranging. This is -1 into 2 into sine into cos x. I can move it around. ठीक है, मैं इस -1 को सीक्वेंस चेंज कर रहा हूँ. ठीक है, I want the -1 to be next to the sin x. ठीक है, and the 2 is here. The 2 is a +2. That's why I just moved the position of the negative sign. It's all in product, it's still the same thing. ठीक है, और यहां पर देखो, I need a minus sign, right? The minus is totally missing, so I'll have to introduce two negative signs, one inside the bracket and one outside the bracket, and a plus minus will result in a minus. ठीक है, you have minus. You see, if you open all of this up again, it will still be the same thing. Now let's start integrating. Sine integration is minus cos x. The 2 is just a scalar multiple. Add 1 to the power, divide by the new power. Minus. Add 1 to the power, divide by the new power, plus c. You end up with this. Do you get this?
Yes. So एक चीज समझ में
क्या?
1 minus cos square x whole square जो था
1 minus which step? This one?
थर्ड इससे ऊपर
Okay.
इससे भी ऊपर
Hmm.
ये वाला हमने इसको आपने एक्सपैंड नहीं किया
हम्म।
इसको डायरेक्टली नहीं कर सकते जैसे हम पहले वाले पार्ट्स में करते थे कि sin x से मल्टीप्लाई करते हो फिर
Sine से
कैसे
multiply
ब्रैकेट तो खोलना पड़ेगा.
किससे करोगे? There is a power on top, right? So basically 3 terms है.
ओ सही
Can I move on to part D?
Enough.
क्या हो गया?
समझ में आया ना हम ये भी
सही बात है.
बात तो सही है, ज़्यादा करिए.
Let's at least complete this part. Even this is like nothing. Focus on it, right? Cos 5x. Let's separate a cos x. And you left with a cos 4x. Same procedure. I can write it down as cos square x, the whole square. ठीक है? I'm going to replace the cos square x with 1 minus sine square x, the whole square. ठीक है? I'm going to expand the inner bracket. One minus 2 sine square x plus sine 4x. ठीक है, just the same procedure. Then so yeah, now I think it's pretty simple. Cos की integration is what? Sin x. ठीक है? Sin square x is basically sin x the whole square, और sin का exact differential is
cos square.
नहीं, sin का
cos होता है
cos होता है, and you have a cos right next to
so
it.
-2
ठीक है? So the -2 is not utilized. It carries on. Sin cube x upon 3. ठीक है? And यहाँ पर भी exactly same होगा. I have sin x to the power 5 upon 5 plus c.
अच्छा एक सवाल लास्ट उसमें जैसे एक सवाल था उसमें हमने माइनस माइनस इंट्रोड्यूस किया था ऐसे हमने
नहीं है.
तो ये
देखो उसमें I had अगर मैं देखो sin x का डिफरेंशियल क्या होता है cos x, वो एग्जैक्टली मेरे पास नेक्स्ट टू इट है. तो if I have a sign missing, then I will have to use a sign to get the exact differential. जब मेरे पास already exact differential पड़ा हुआ है, why do I need to change it? I have no desire to change it.
Sir, 2 के लिए भी
2 is a constant multiple, ना? 2 को integrate down. This 2 multiplied by this is this. 2 is a constant. It's just a scalar multiple. अगर आप 2x को डिफरेंशिएट करते हो, what do you get? 4x, right? मैं 2 को बाहर ले जाता हूँ, x square. It's the same thing. If I differentiate x square, तो क्या होता है? 2x multiplied by 2. It's just a scalar multiple sitting there.
अभी आपने बोला
Let's try one part. Something similar. Completely over, you'll have to do it on your own then. The second case is when you have even powers of sine and cos. There are two cases. In one of them you have odd powers of sine and cos. In the other case you have even powers of sine and cos. The lecture says you have to use these identities to convert them into double angles. Okay? Let's try them. If you have sine square x, you have no way to integrate this directly with current knowledge. So you'll have to make it into a form that you're comfortable with. Okay? I know cos 2x is
1 minus 2 sine.
1 minus 2 sine square x. So sine square x, if I make that a subject, is cos 2x minus 1 upon 2.
yes sir.
Okay? Rather than integrating this, I can integrate this thing.
minus साथ में होंगे तो
Hmm?
minus
Two
2
minus.
as a divide by minus 2.
2 is with a minus sign, right?
Minus 2 sine square.
minus 2 sine square. That's
1 minus cos 2x.
Plus
Cos 2x.
minus
Sir,
square.
करते हैं. 1 minus 2
Plus-
cos 2x.
plus
sir.
cos
Yeah.
2x.
You can
One
do
minus
2 sine square x is equal to 1 minus cos 2x.
Or
Sine square x is 1 minus cos 2x upon 2.
Just going to integrate.
Usman double angle it 2x x. ये x का हाँ तो I'm just rearranging. This is the identity ना. I'm rearranging this now. तो मैं इसको सेट पे ले गया ना उस्मान. इसको इधर ले आया. I took the same. ठीक है? Now basically I have to integrate this thing, which is relatively easy to do. ठीक है? Half integration is half of x. ठीक है? What's the integration of cos 2x? Cos integration is
Sine minus sine cos sine minus sine.
sine x about
sine 2x.
Oh हाँ.
If this was differentiation, you would multiply it by the differentiation of 2x. But in integration, you divide by 2. Add c to it. So you're left with half x minus sine 2x upon 4 plus c. Should we try one more? No, what really over here? Let's just do part B and C and D are the repetitions of the same part. Stop it. Let's walk it.
नहीं कर ले सारा वीडियो चल रहा है.
अच्छा
लेकिन ये सारे चार चार के चार पार्ट
क्या
घर में नहीं समझ में आते भाई
अच्छा
सब होमवर्क में दे दे
What is homework? I don't know what homework is.
बाय द वे आप होमवर्क दे सकते सेशन में
अच्छा cos 2x is
2 cos square x minus 1.
Sin square x को directly 1 minus cos square x की कर सकते
sin square x को
हैं 1 minus cos square x की कर सकते
फिर क्या होगा अच्छा you have is right कि अगर हम इसको ये करते हैं फिर you have a way of differentiating powers of sine cos we're not integrating it that's the entire point of this lecture for ठीक है so I know cos 2x is 2 cos 4x minus 1 let's make cos 2x a subject cos 2x plus 1 upon 2 let's integrate this thing which is half cos 2x plus half ठीक है what's the integration of cos 2x
Sin 2x upon 2
sin 2x upon 2
plus half x
plus half x plus c you can take common simplify it but this is your end result
Sorry, 1 upon
because there's a half c will be we'll pick up from part C tomorrow